How you doing? This is Darren Johnson, strongmoneyplan.com. Today I'm going to go over a flurry of activity that has been going on in my account. Last night I got at least 15 to 20 notifications on my phone. Marcus, my trader, has been a very busy man, and I wanted to go over his activity. And this is just for September the 3rd. As you can see here, it starts right here. There's a buy of EOS at $400. That's what the amount is that I made for that trade. And there's some more buys. He really saw something in EOS that he loved, so he stocked up there. Got some Litecoin purchases at the top. And then let's go back over here. Let's see, more EOS buying, more Litecoin, and then this is when the fun starts, right? So then there's three different sales for Litecoin, 412, 411, 413, and remember I put $400 into each trade, so those are profits. Then he bought Cardano at $3.99. There's another buy for $3.99, and then another sale of EOS for $4.14. So that's a $14 profit. Another $14 profit. Here's another sale of EOS. That's $22 profit. This is a sale of Bitcoin Cash. That's probably an old trade. I have to look that one up to see. But this one's a more recent one. Here's another one for $4.17. As a sale, 424, 424, 419, 419, 418, 432, and 475. So thank you, Marcus. You're doing an excellent job. I really appreciate all of your diligence and activity. Always fun to wake up to a bunch of notifications on my phone that buying and selling has happened, and it's even more fun when I come into my back office and I see that they've all been profitable. So today was a payday of sorts for those of us in Copy Pro Traders who have Tether. Marcus was doing his thing. I wanted to share that with you. But the other thing that I want to talk to you about, and this is very important, okay? So hopefully you stuck around to this part of the video, because this is a very important lesson that I want to teach you. You come into the back office of your Copy Pro Traders account and you go under trade history, you're going to see all the trades that happen back here. Now, this is something that I learned a couple of days ago, and I want to pass on to you guys in Copy Pro Traders if you don't already know this, or if you're looking at Copy Pro Traders, this is also going to be a handy tip for you to keep in mind. Now, over here to the right, you have these red sell buttons. Now, what I discovered was when I came back here, and I've cleaned them all up, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to give you much of an example, but right over here where it says trade status, there were a few trades that said closed, and they had this red sell button next to it. And so what that told me was Marcus had actually closed those trades, but for one reason or another, they didn't close in my account. So what I did was I took each one of these trades that said close and it had that red sell button next to it. I went back and I referenced it into my account. So what I would do is I would come back into my trading history on my Kraken account, and then I click on pair. That makes it easier. It sorts it for you. And we're going to look for a Litecoin in this example. So there's Litecoin. Okay, so these are the buys for Litecoin that happened on September 3rd. And we're going to go back over here and we're going to check September 3rd, Litecoin. There was a purchase for $215.96. So that's what we're looking for. And there it is, $215.96. Okay, so that's the sell. Let's find the buy. Let's find the buy. There it is, $215.95.9. It doesn't have to be right on, but you can see it's close enough to indicate that this was the buy for Litecoin, and then this was the sell for Litecoin right there. Okay, So let's assume that this sell didn't happen, right? And you saw that red sell button next to the trade. What you would want to do is go back into your buy and find that number, that volume number, and then check your ledger, your trade history, to see if there were any sells of Litecoin for that number. Now, in my case, there was, but let's assume this wasn't here. This line is not here. What I would then know is that, because back here it says that it was a closed trade, right? Closed. So what that would tell me, if I saw a sell button here, that would tell me that that Marcus is out of that trade, and that for whatever reason it didn't sell in my Kraken account. So what I would then do, because I have proof, because I went back here and I didn't see a sell, assuming this wasn't here, I didn't see a sell, and I know that it closed because it says so here, I would feel comfortable going ahead and clicking the red sell button that would have been here and closing out that trade manually, knowing that that would close the position that Marcus has already closed. Now, disclaimer, when you do that, you want to make sure that you're ahead of the buy price. If you missed it and the market dropped, obviously you're going to hold it and not close it and wait for it to go back up before you close. But if you check it and you realize that he bought it at 185.22, right? And then maybe the price has jumped up to 191.03, and it's not, that's what you're seeing in your back office, and it's not closed, then you know you can go ahead and close it at a profit. All right, so that's very important for you to understand, because I went into my back office here at ProTraders, and for the first time I tried, looking at my trade history in ProTraders back office, and I found a bunch of trades that were closed by Marcus but not closed on my account. So I did exactly what I described to you. For each single trade, I made sure it was still in profit, and I went ahead and clicked on those sell buttons, right, to make sure that it closed out, so that I don't get stuck holding a coin when the profit has already been realized. And fortunately for me, all of those coins were in profit that I closed out on, so I went ahead and closed. But again, if they weren't in profit, I would have just held the position until it went back up. The other thing that I want to tell you is, when you're doing this, make sure that the trade status says close. If it says open, you do not want to click on the sell button unless you just want to get out of a trade. But understand that that means that Marcus is in these trades and he has not closed those trades because he's not ready to yet. So if you're following your pro trader, then you're going to let him, close out those trades. But periodically, check the back office of ProTraders, check your trade history, make sure that you do not see a red sell button after it says closed. And if you do, go into the back office of your Kraken account and be sure to close those out manually if they are indeed in profit. If they are not in profit, then you want to hold those coins until they get in profit, and then you can manually close them out. So that's the message that I wanted to share with you today. ProTraders continues to be awesome. I continue to make money from it. If you're patient and you look at it more as a 401k type model, and you're not trying to flip bill money or get rich quick or anything of that nature, this is not like a casino or anything, and you take it seriously and you're patient and you trust your traders, you should be fine. I add Tether as often as I can to my account so that I can stay active in the trading. So when the market dips, I'm still in a position to take advantage of it when it comes back up. All right. So that's how I'm viewing ProTraders. That's how I'm using ProTraders. If you have any questions, feel free, or you want to learn more about ProTraders, feel free to click the button below, the link below in the description, or go to strongmoneyplan.com. I've got some educational videos over there on ProTraders. You can do your due diligence and make sure it's right for you. If you decide that it is, I would love to be your sponsor. I know a lot about ProTraders. I can help answer your questions and get you set up. All right, my name is Darren Johnson, And I look forward to shooting another video with some more updates on how things are going. I'll talk to you in another video.